Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. As you can see from the title, on today's video I'm going to be giving you my ranking of the Scream franchise, including Scream 5 that just came out last week. In case that you haven't watched it yet, or if you have watched it but you haven't seen, I already did my review with spoilers or with the spoiler-free version, so leaving it here on the description box down below. Now, I decided to do this once the fifth one came out because I wanted to include it, but I am not going to be alone on this video. As you can see from the title, I'm going to be doing this video on collaboration with Kelly from Kelly's Corners of Nightmares. I already did a video with her on her channel talking about our favorite deaths of the franchise. I'm also going to be leaving it on the description box down below if you want to watch that. Also subscribe to her channel since she do a lot of horror content just like me.
What's up, guys? My name is Kelly and this is Kelly's Corner of Nightmares. And with that, I am going to be doing, well, we are going to be doing a ranking video for the Scream franchise.
And just like Kelly said, we're going to be doing our ranking. Now, since she recorded her ranking before the fifth one came out, I am going to be including the fifth one, but her won't. So she's going to be doing her ranking with the first 4 movies, and I'm going to be including Scream 5. So giving that talk and disclaimer ahead, let's get into the video. Now, the first thing I want to say before I start my ranking, I think that Scream is a pretty solid franchise and I don't hate any of the movies. And I don't think that anyone is actually bad. I just prefer ones over the others, but not because they're bad. It's more of the reason which ones I have watched it more, which ones I enjoy a little bit more because of characters and that type of stuff. But in my opinion, none of them it's like supposed to be hated, because I know that a lot of people hate one specific movies of the franchise, but in general for me, Scream franchise is a pretty solid one. So given that, my number 5 is a Scream 3. And I said that before because I know probably you're thinking, oh, she's one of the people that hate it. No, I don't. It's just that it's the one that I have watched less. It's the reality of all the movie well, of course, Scream 5, I only watched it once, but you understand. I think that serves the purpose of the trilogy. I know that there's people that hate it, and I don't think that deserves the hate. The only thing is that I didn't enjoy it as much, probably because of the new characters, that I didn't like them as much. Because seriously, the worst part of that movie could be Gail Weathers Banks. That will be the worst part of it, because in reality, it doesn't really deserve the hate. I think, like I said, it serves the purpose of the trilogy because is making fun of it. So of course it's making it on purpose. So of course, in my opinion, it's not a bad one, but it's the one that I would maybe choose, like the last one I would ever choose to watch, or it's the one that I enjoy the less. On my number 4 is actually Scream 4. Now, I remember when this one came out, I was surprised that Emma Roberts came on the movie. This one was 2011, so I was literally like 11, 12. So, of course, in that time already, I had watched the other Scream movies, but this one, of course, it was more recent. So I was really excited to watch this one. I remember that my mom bought me the DVDs since I wasn't able to watch it in movie theaters. Scream 5 was my first time watching a Scream movie in movie theaters. So this one, I know that there's also people that hate it a lot. I think that it kind of serves the purpose of trying to be a reboot when it's not, because it kind of makes fun of that at the same time. But I really like it. I don't know, the deaths a little bit more. I like it Emma Roberts on it. So I think that that's why I like it a little bit more, and it's because of the new characters and also the deaths. I think that they were pretty brutal and I actually enjoyed them.
So with that, I give you my number 4, which is Scream 4. I feel like since they put all the new characters in there, including Emma Roberts, they should have done a little bit more with adding in the older characters as well. I feel like they just didn't do much with them. Like Sydney Prescott moving back for a book tour. It just doesn't make sense to me. But nevertheless, I really didn't care much for this movie.
On the number 3 is going to be Scream 2. I love the opening scene. I think that it's pretty iconic. I mean, the movie theater with the whole mask, that's all that we want to experience as Scream fans on a movie theater. I want to have my Maureen Evans moment without the death. The things that I like the most about Scream 2 is that broad stab to the franchise, something that Scream 5, it's still pretty iconic and a huge part of the franchise and the movies in general and the whole universe of Scream. So it's something that I really like. It also has Sarah Michelle Gellar, an actress that I truly love, especially in horror. I think that she has such a good presence in horror movies. For me, she is the ultimate final girl, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. I prefer her. I'm sorry, I know that there's people that don't, but in my personal opinion, she was supposed to be the final girl, and I really like her on a Scream. So it serves the purpose of a sequel in a very good way, so it's a really enjoyable film.
Right, so now my number 3 is actually Scream 2. So this one was a little too meta for me. I know that's what they were kind of looking for when this came out, but it wasn't for me. Now, saying that, I really did like the character Randy from this movie, especially getting to know him in the first film. With Randy being a, horror buff, know-all type, I felt that he should have lasted a little bit longer than he did. I feel like he died a little bit too early in the film for me. Saying that, though, I found myself getting really bored with this movie.
And now on my number 2 is a Scream 5. This is why I decided that I wanted to wait to watch the movie so I could do the ranking, because I kind of knew that was going to be higher on the ranking. I love the movie from beginning to end. I think that was the perfect comeback. I love it. Everything. Like I just say in my review, I think that it's, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's almost close to that. I love it. The opening scene, I mean, that woman, Jenna Ortega, I love her as Tara Carpenter. I can't wait to see her on X. That is an upcoming A24 horror film. She's going to be on the Tim Burton's Wednesday Addams series that is coming to Netflix, and that she's going to be doing other stuff. So I can't wait to see her. She really has the potential of becoming a modern Scream queen. She's a really good actress when it comes to horror. And in general, I think that the film was really, really good. I know that kind of overuse things that we have seen before, but to be fair, that's something that all franchises have done before. So, and also I think that it hits different, the fact that this is the first one with a West, and the fact that set for West at the ending, that broke my heart, the reality. So I think also the fact that how successful has been on the box office, that's really impressive. But like I said, this one, it's a really enjoyable one, and I can't wait to own it on DVD because I know that I'm going to be rewatching it a lot.
Okay, so now I have my number 2 spot, which is Scream 3. I know this one is kind of controversial. I actually really liked this one, mostly because it had a bunch of twists and turns. The mystery behind it is what I really liked. The only reason why I wouldn't put it in my number 1 spot would be probably because I just didn't vibe well with all the new characters. Saying that, I 100% think that the kills in this were absolutely brutal, and again, I loved the twist.
And of course, pretty obvious, on my number 1 is Scream 1. I mean, what can I say? This movie opening the doors to new horror, redefining horror in ways that was imaginable, unexplainable. I have always said, and I'm going to be saying it. Drew Barrymore, she killed it in those first 15 minutes. The opening scene, I love this. It's one of my favorite scenes in the whole franchise. I just love every single thing about Scream, how it makes fun of its own genre, putting up the rules of surviving a horror movie. Everything, Billy Loomis, Stu Matcher, Cindy Prescott, Gail Weathers, Dewey, all those characters are so iconic. Even Tatum, that of course she doesn't survive the movie, and Randy. I feel like Randy when I'm talking about horror movies. I mean, every single thing about this movie screams iconic. It does. The costume is a pretty basic costume, but I mean, just a white face and a black suit, that's all you need to create such a good killer. And also, I really like how it established the game of trying to finding out who is the killer, and sometimes they can be more than one, so that makes it even better. So for me, Wes Craven, it's definitely one of the best directors in horror history. That man redefined horror not once but two but three times. 70s, Last House on the Left. On the 80s, A Nightmare on Elm Street. And on the 90s with Scream. Definitely, I'm going to be doing a video on that because seriously, I love Wes Craven work. That man, I'm still sad about it. I am really, really emotional about it. I almost cried in the movie theater when I saw For Wes. Because seriously, that man did for the horror genre so much. I'm never going to stop like talking about it. Like seriously, everyone should know and acknowledge everything that he did for the genre. Thanks to him, we have this amazing franchise. What can I say? I really love Scream. It's one of my favorites, not just movie, but the franchise in general. It's on my top 3. One day I'm going to be doing a ranking of my franchises, the one that I like the most.
Now for my number 1, which is absolutely a classic, Scream, the first movie. First off, I just want to say that this is probably one of the best horror movies out there in general. With twists and turns that'll leave you pretty much gasping at the end. You can't go wrong. Saying that, this franchise has definitely inspired a bunch of meta horror films that have bloomed over the years. Plus, I mean, who doesn't love Drew Barrymore? I mean, come on. Anyway, I hope you guys liked today's collab. Thank you, Amanda, for joining me today, and I hope you guys liked today's video.
But well, this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and Kelly, thank you so much for being part of this video. Can't wait to do another collab with you. Like more horror content, you can definitely subscribe to her channel. I'm going to be leaving the link on the description box down below. I hope that you guys have liked this. Let me know if you like to see more collabs of this, if you have any ideas, other stuff that I can bring to this new year. And well, this is all for the video, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye.